Hey gang, Will here with the Ashland Fly Shop, coming at you with the fishing report for the 16th of August. We're going to keep this short and sweet and just talk about the Rogue. Getting a lot of calls about the Rogue and fishing conditions lately, so let's get right into it. All right, so the Rogue River, boy, it's looking good. It's looking solid. We're happy with what we're seeing out there. We've got good fish numbers around. We've got fish showing up. Yeah, we're happy with what we're seeing. Let's talk a little bit about the water conditions. So looks like just in the last couple of days, they actually have bumped the flows a bit. Everyone's sort of anticipating when they will start to crawl down. Usually we don't see that till about second week of September, somewhere in there. But the flows popped up a little bit to around 1,700 coming out of the dam, and it's a little bit of a climb, so it might come up a little bit more. I would say I would be surprised if it went over 2,000, and it's about 2,000 down around Dodge Bridge. So that section that we focus on from the hatchery down to Tubal Park and down, you can expect that to be around, they'll pull water out in there a little bit for irrigation. So I'd say somewhere around 1,900 and 2,300 through that section. Great flows if you're in a boat, if you're drifting, great flows, hopping from spot to spot. Wading anglers, if you fish the Rogue a bit, it's probably going to feel like it's up a bit, and we're kind of getting that feedback. But I will tell you, this is a great thing for the Rogue. It's awesome to be able to push this much water through it. It's really good for the system. It's really good for the salmon. It's really good for the fish. So I couldn't be happier to see that much water going to the river. So we'll just have to hang in there until we see the flows kind of climb down a little bit. Usually that's the first week of September. But yeah, we're seeing good numbers of fish. As I have said, and we talked about in the store, it seems like nymphing is really kind of carrying the day. It's definitely a good technique for finding the fish right now, just because the flows are up a bit. But we are starting to see swinging kind of picking up here and there, especially the people who are able to cover more water during the day, hit a few spots. We are starting to see some good results from swinging flies, which, as you know, is really what we love to do, to focus on steelhead. Yes, now is the time to fish your surface patterns, your traditional patterns. Again, I feel like it might be a little bit harder for the fish to find those flies, but the fish are going to be suspended, and they are going to be, looking up and seeing that kind of stuff on the water. So your traditionals, your skated flies, you get a lot of people that really enjoy that these days, so that's good. Yes, tips and decent sized flies still going to be a really good way to go. Probably going to be a bit more productive, going to get you down to where the fish are a little bit more, so they don't have as much volume of water to look through to see that fly, and it'll come right through to them. But light tips, T8 tips, T11 at the most in some spots, but those tips should go a long way to get you in front of the fish. Standard flies that we talk about, we'll throw a couple of them at you here. But standard kind of bugs, standard darker, intruder style shank flies. Doesn't have to be very big at all. And then into some more traditionals and surface flies will work really well. But we're very excited about the season. Water conditions are good. Water's cool. We are seeing temps creep up a bit in the afternoon, so keep an eye. But nights are really cooling off, and that's really going to keep those fish moving. We do have a warm week this week. So again, always this time of year, early and late, that's when you want to be out. Temperatures are coming down in the evening. That's really going to trigger those fish to move. So we should see the temperatures in the river come down. And that could be the reason that they're letting more water out too. It's just to cool it off a little further down. Round Rogue River, so is where we start to see those temperatures pick up a bit more and get into the higher 60s, which can be a little dangerous. So for the fish, so early, late is what we want to do. But get out there. It's time to get out there on the Rogue for sure. And then just a little word on the holy water section. Get a lot of folks that enjoy fishing up there for trout and that little impoundment between the dam and the spillover at the hatchery there. It's about a 1/4 mile chunk. Probably gonna be mostly streamers right now, which is, the holy water is awesome to fish streamers. Great place to fish streamers if you're fishing a trout spay. It's a wonderful, especially with the flows being up a bit. I would say it would probably be a pretty darn good bet up there right now. Swinging buggers, things like that on light sink tips, you know, things like that should work pretty well. Those fish should be looking around to eat. Any dry fly fishing is going to be late. It's going to be midges, and it's going to be tough. So midge fishing, you can see that activity in the evening when the sun goes off the water. Boy, those fish can be tough. So good luck. We have a few patterns you might try to crack that code, but that can be tricky. Nymphing, as I say a lot, I've never had a great success personally nymphing myself there, but we do have customers that do pretty well. But just think small, think midge droppers, you know, zebra midges, you know, tiny little tungsten midges, little soft tackle midges, things like that are going to be a good bet for you. So that's what we see going on at the Holy Water this time of year. So thank you so much. Great to see everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you need any updates or you're coming up this way, please feel free to give us a call. I was happy to keep you updated. Rogue on the Fly, September 17th. Hope to see you there at our great event that we love putting on so much. And that's what we got for you today. Thank you so much. See you next time.